Welcome in Space Coast Daily. We are here at the 2024 Straw Poll and Family Barbecue Picnic here put on by the Brevard Republican Party at the Melbourne Auditorium. And today you're going to have a chance to be able to meet some of the candidates that are going to be running this election cycle, which election day is upon us. We are getting much closer here, and this is going to be an opportunity for you to be able to kind of get to know some of these candidates here, and you're going to be able to meet them and see what issues are important to them. We're getting ready for the primary election season, which is August 20th. And then we also have the general election, which is on November 5th. But as you can see out here, outside the Melbourne Auditorium, you can see all of these signs here. There are candidates from all across the county here today representing the Republican Party, and they are going to be able to give you more information on what issues are important to them here in Brevard County. So as we get ready, what we're going to do is we're going to go inside. It's a very festive atmosphere, and we're going to be able to give you kind of just a viewpoint of what it's like going on in here. They're going to be here till 4 p.m. today. So if you want to be able to come out to this great event, it is free admission. There's great food out here, free parking, and there are some giveaways as well. So let's go on inside here. You come right in, very easy. They started at 12 p.m. here today. They're going to be running till 4 p.m. at the Melbourne Auditorium. There is going to be a straw poll at the end of the event where people are going to be able to voice of their support for which candidate they like for each race here in Brevard County. At the end, on Space Coast Daily, you will be able to see those straw poll results here on Space Coast Daily TV. As you can see, there's a bunch of tables, there's a bunch of candidates. Everybody is intermingled, getting to know some of their constituents and voters, the people that they're trying to get votes from, and also just a lot of great festive atmosphere. Here we go. We're going to continue on. We're live on Space Coast Daily. Here's John Ditmore. John Ditmore, we're live on Space Coast Daily right now. How are you doing?
Doing well, sir. Doing well, sir.
Well, you're being running for Brevard County Commission. Talk a little bit about what issues that you want to address here if you were able to be voted on to the Brevard County Commission. What is important to you?
Well, I want to make sure that we have the infrastructure in place that's consistent with the development that's taking place in the county. Make sure that we have enough for our water delivery, our sewer, our streets, and also make sure the schools are taken care of as well. But as this county continues to grow, we have to make sure that we have enough funding to take place to actually make sure that we can fund the infrastructure as we go along. But that's one of my number one priorities.
John, you're running here for District 3, and what are you seeing in District 3 that is that you would like to bring to the board that maybe they haven't had before?
Well, I want to bring in a strong leadership so we take care of some of the issues, including the flooding that's been taking place in Palm Bay and also in the city of West Melbourne. I want to make sure that Melbourne-Tillman has enough money to actually fix the problems that need to be fixed and also pay for the pumps that they need to actually take the water out of the neighborhoods. But that's a kind of and also we're also doing some flood risk mitigation for the flooding that's taking place. I want to bring that to the county when I get there. So
tell us a little bit about yourself. What's your background here in Brevard County? Family? How long you've lived here? And just tell us a little bit about yourself.
I moved here in Brevard County in 2013. I'm here with my wife. She's here today, and we've been married for 23 years. Something like that. 23 years. I gotta be careful. Anyways, I'm a U.S. Navy veteran, also a retired police officer. Been on the city council for a little over 6 years. I was appointed, and then also elected twice. And I had 2 terms as a deputy mayor while I've been on there.
Awesome stuff there. Well, thank you very much, John. Best of luck, and we'll talk to you more later. Okay.
Take care.
Thank you very much. We're going to continue on here, and that was John Ditmore. He's running for Brevard County Commission District 3. Here we have Dr. Dave Weldon running for the Florida State House District 32. Moving on here. Dr. Dave Weldon. As you can see, there's a bunch of stuff here on the tables, little free giveaways and more information. If you want to know more about the candidate, you'll be able to come up here and you can talk to some of the representatives and sometimes even the candidate themselves here on Space. So we're going to continue on. How's it going, guys? We're going down here. All right, what do you got going on here at this?
Well, I am trying to inform people about the possibilities when they invest, not to invest their money with companies that hate them. They're working hard as Republicans to get the job done. Do it with their money. Walk their talk with their investments, and it's easily done. It's not hard to do.
Got an event that's coming up here. Tell us a little bit about what this event is here.
This happened. This
Dinner.
happened a month ago.
Oh, okay.
And I'm just saying, I advertise there, so I support BREC and what they do, and the candidates, etc. So just a reminder.
Hugh Housley, thank you very much. We're going to continue moving on here. We're going to move on. Got more candidates here. There's races all across the board. School board, you got city council, you got mayor races, you got everything here. We got David Newman here for the Melbourne City Council. David Newman, we're live on Space Coast Daily right now. How are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you for having me.
Talk a little bit about the Melbourne City Council and what are you going to bring to the table if you are voted in as a Melbourne City Council?
Sure. So my particular district is District 3, which represents the downtown area and also South Melbourne. In particularly, something that's important is our businesses right now. Downtown Melbourne needs some support from the City Council in order to make sure that people feel safe downtown, to support small business, and also support our police and fire. If we could get more police officer support and also our fire department some support, I think that'd be great for the community.
Melbourne is growing so fast right now in terms of population and people moving there.
Yeah.
What are you seeing are the main concerns for people that are moving there that you could help in that process?
Well, one thing for the folks who are new coming in, it's very interesting. They're usually coming from somewhere that's maybe like a major urban area. So trying to get them acclimated, since we got them more of like a suburban feel. It's a beautiful suburban community. But honestly, they're just looking for places to shop and eat and enjoy themselves. They're really enjoying that Florida lifestyle, and we're glad to have them.
Tell us a little bit about your background, how long have you lived in Brevard County? You got family here, live here, or born and raised?
So my family's been here for about 40 years. I went to Florida State University for my undergrad, graduate degree from George Washington University. I'm a former elected city clerk, not here in Melbourne, but somewhere else. But in general, I just have the experience and have been around for some time. I'm putting together the Melbourne 4th of July Parade. I built the Vieira Dog Park, and I've been involved in the community for many years.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you very much, David Newman, for taking time with Space Coast Daily. We're going to move along here, and there's so many people out here representing so many different races here. This is a great opportunity for you. Whenever you get in an election booth and you don't know the certain candidates, sometimes there's just people you don't know who to vote for. This is a great opportunity to be able to understand who you're voting for and be able to put an educated vote into your decision on November 5th here for election 2024. We're here with Logan.
How are you?
Hi, Logan. How you doing?
Good.
Well, Charles Parker. Hey, let's talk a little bit about, introduce yourself to the Space Coast Daily audience, what you're running for, and what issues are important to you.
Yeah. So I'm running for the Florida House of Representatives, House District 33. So the things that are important to me is our environment, our agriculture, and natural resources. Tax, I work in insurance, so I know day in and day out what it's like for our tax increases and making sure we have viable tax process or industry in Florida. We got to make sure that the state of Florida's reinsurance is up to date and that we have strong code for that, and that's part of the legislative process. So I'm the first person to hear the complaints and what needs to happen, so I'm excited to take that to Tallahassee. Lastly, children and families. I had a troubling childhood growing up and shifted family parent-to-parent type deal, and just want to make sure we have a solid foundation for the next generation, because that's who's going to be taking care of me, taking care of you, and everyone in this room. So it's very important for children and education, having that foundation, our environmental efforts, and making sure we have insurance that's affordable and making sure we're safe and have that risk assessment here in Florida.
You have a website what's your website?
Yeah, so my website's www.loganluse.com. Please reach out, let me know. Email is logan@loganluce.com. Would love to hear from you, answer any questions, and if you want to support, let me know. Many yard signs ready for some yards.
Thank you very much, Logan. And there's Logan. You can get more in touch with him and know more about the issues that are important to him on his website. All right, we're going to move along here. Thank you very much, Logan. We got Thad Oldman here running for County Commission. I don't see Thad here right at the moment, but Thad, a very prominent figure here in the community, and obviously there's Mike Herodopoulos. We got a new congressional seat that is going to be open after Bill Posey announced his retirement. Mike Herodopoulos has been receiving endorsements from everybody. Got endorsements from Donald Trump, got endorsements from Sheriff Wayne Ivey, so a very popular candidate here that is going to be an important race here for Mike Herodopoulos. And I have with me Georgia Herodopoulos. Okay.
Much fun. This is such fun.
All right. Well, we got talk a little bit about this event and talk about Mike and how's it been going so far on the race.
Great. You know, he came in after Posey decided not to run this year, so he's been super busy. And I'm going to be on every corner waving. Loving doing that. I love that.
Yeah.
There's the energy there.
Tell us a little bit about Mike the person. What kind of guy is Mike?
You know, when you have a son that's always a good son, and he loved his dad, and that's important. He's a family man. I think family comes first to him. That's why he even would have run this year, because Reagan is now going to college, and it's a good time.
Georgia Herodopoulos, the mother's like weighing in and saying all great things as you would expect. And her son's going to be running for the congressional seat left by Bill Posey. And right now, we're live on Space Coast Daily. I got Robert Jordan. Hey, how's it going?
I'm here, Dave Weldon.
Okay, we'll get a quick interview with Dave. We're here in just a little bit. Robert Jordan, we're live on Space Coast Daily. How's it going?
It's going very well for sure. I'm excited about being here. We got a lot of people here excited about this whole situation with the primary that's coming up.
Yes.
My race, people are very excited about my race. I'm excited about my race for sure. I cannot wait to get on the dais for a District 1 County Commission and serve the people. That's all I've been doing for 35 years, and I want to continue that for sure.
You've been a prominent member in the community for a number of years. What makes you want to get on the Brevard County Commission? What is important to you if you were on day one, what do you want to start addressing?
On day one, I want to address the communication challenge that we have. As I walk to neighborhoods and talk to people, the first thing they tell me is, I need somebody who would talk to me. And I said, you don't have to worry about that. I love to talk for sure, and I love to listen. I try to tell people all the time, I said, you may think I'm a smart guy, but I honestly learn a whole lot if I listen to the people and their people's lives and the challenges that they are going through. I just want to be that listening ear, and so whatever I do, I want to make sure that I can improve the quality of life of all the citizens that we have, not only in District 1, but all of Brevard County.
For people that may want to know more information about you, how can they learn more information about your website?
My website is called voterobertjordan.com. It's very easy.
Very easy.
Very easy. Voterobertjordan.com. Please go there and you will see all the experience that I have, the spirit of myself and my family, and the consistency that we've had with serving the people of Brevard County.
Robert Jordan, thank you for taking time with Space Coast Daily, and we look forward to talking with you more, okay?
I appreciate it, sir.
Thank you. We're going to continue on here. We got Dr. Dave Weldon here. And Dr. Dave wants to talk a little bit about, introduce yourself to the Space Coast Daily audience first, number one, and what you're running for.
I'm running for Florida State House of Representatives, District 32. I'm a physician. I was in politics years ago, representing Brevard, Indian River, and Osceola County in the U.S. House of Representatives. I was part of the class of '94. I retired, went back to my medical practice, and then last year I threw my hat in the ring to go to Tallahassee. A lot of people think I'm crazy for wanting to do that. And
what made you want to get involved in get involved in this race?
Well, like a lot of people, I watch TV and I see, the lawlessness, the crime, the woke culture. And I'm thankful I live in Florida. I'm thankful we have a good sheriff. We have a good state's attorney, and our laws are enforced. And, I served in the Army. I served in the Congress. And, there was a political philosopher who said once, for evil to prevail, all it takes is for good men to do nothing. And I said to myself, maybe I need to, get back into it. And we have a lot of issues in Florida. One of the biggest issues is the high cost of car insurance and homeowners insurance. And I don't think the legislature has done enough in that area. I think more needs to be done. I've spoken to experts in insurance, and you can't account for the high cost of homeowners insurance in Florida purely on the basis of the hurricane issues, that we have structural problems in our insurance industries. And so I want to go to Tallahassee, and I want to try to make a difference for the better.
If more people want more information about you and just your background, how can they best find out more information? A website, a Facebook page?
Yeah, the website is weldon.org, weldon.org, and I don't do Facebook, but I have a Facebook site, and I think it's weldon.com or something like that.
Okay.
I would have memorized that.
All right.
Now
Well,
I've got to memorize it.
Doc,
Caught me on camera. I don't know my Facebook.
that's okay. Dr. Dave Weldon, you can search him out, and thank you for taking time with Space Coast Daily. We're going to continue on here. We're going to continue on, and we got Mr. Bob White here. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're no stranger here to Space Coast Daily, but for those that may not know who you are, talk a little bit about your background and
Sure.
what you represent.
Happy to. Bob White, I'm the chairman of the Republican Liberty Caucus of Florida. I've been in that role now for 9 years. Before that, I've also been the chairman of the Republican Liberty Caucus here in Brevard County. I did that for 14 years, but just stepped aside from that. And our new chairman is a guy named Josiah Gattle. Okay, and but we're very active in local politics. We're also very active in politics at the state level in Tallahassee. We're in the process right now of interviewing and endorsing candidates that are running for the Florida House and the Florida Senate. Very rigorous endorsement process that we put these candidates through. And we have lots of great events that we sponsor here locally. This gentleman right here is holding up one. Coming up on September the 14th is our annual Constitution Day dinner. This will be like our 15th or 16th year in a row. And Tom Homan, the border czar under Donald Trump, okay, is going to be our keynote speaker. And in addition to that, turn the flyer around. We have a debate watch party coming up this Thursday.
Nice.
Okay, it's going to be a great event. Going to have a lot of it's going to be a candidates forum for local candidates starting at 7:30, and then the debate watch party will be at 9 o'clock, where we will watch Donald Trump trounce Brandon.
Very, very nice. We're looking forward to that debate. That's next week, and we are at the height of the election season now. This is really kind of the kickoff to really start getting towards the August 20th primary election and the November 5th election. What are you seeing out there? What important issues out there are important to the candidates that you're seeing and the constituents that you're seeing as a trend?
Well, I mean, it's all of the obvious ones. This economy is so bad, and every time you turn around, the media, the mainstream media, is trying to feed this line to the public that straight from the White House that the economy is improving and things are not really as bad as you seem to think they are. It's every bit as bad, and everybody knows it. Food prices through the roof, fuel prices through the roof. Let me tell you something. It's a mess out there, and people are really experiencing that. You got that, and then of course the border, which is why this is so timely to have Donald Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, as our keynote speaker on September the 14th. That's after the primary, of course, but before the general election. And so those are the two big issues: the border, illegal immigration, of course, and then the economy. That's it.
Tom Homan's going to be a great speaker. Seen him a lot. He's been very he's voiced a lot of stuff about the immigration and what's been going on near the border. So that'll be a great event. That is September 14th at the Radisson at the port. So if you want to get more information, you can be able to go on, what's a website?
RLC.org.
RLC.org. You'll be able to find.
They can go there. I'm sorry, not RLC.org. Just tell them to go to RLC Brevard, I think it is, .org.
Constitution Day dinner. You'll be able to look that up in Brevard County. You'll be able to find that up on Google.
Yet, but it will be soon.
Okay.
That'll be constitutionddaydinner.org.
Okay, great. September 14th and at the Radisson. So look for that. Thank you very much, Bob White.
My pleasure.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much, guys. We're going to move along here. Next up, we have Mr. Rob Medina, who is running for re-election here as mayor of Palm Bay. And Palm Bay is growing so fast lately. Palm Bay so many people are moving to Palm Bay at this moment. Affordability is really easy, and I think we're going to be able to get more information here with Rob Medina.
Hey,
Rob, how you doing?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
Doing great, doing great.
What a great day it is today, huh?
It is a great day today. We are getting ready for the election season. We're less than 2 months away from the primary election. Election day is only, 5 months away? So we're getting very heated up right now. What are you seeing in Palm Bay right now? It's growing so fast in Palm Bay. What are the things that you're seeing that need to be addressed here in your next term?
So as you know, I ran for restoring the public trust in our community back in 2020. I think it's a direct result of people wanting to invest in the city of Palm Bay when the government is working fine, right? So part of that is creating jobs, getting that infrastructure in place. We've done an outstanding job when it comes to that. 39% we've increased with technical jobs. That's something that we can all be proud of, right? I'm really excited, and I've always said, thank you for allowing me to be mayor of the greatest city on the face of the earth. I say that because I believe that my words are spiritual capsules, and those capsules, they create. So in the last 4 years, we've actually increased our commercial base. We've actually improved our infrastructure. We're going to continue to build on that. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that the residents of Palm Bay see that and continue to support Medina for mayor for another 4 years. I believe I'd love to serve again. It's been an honor to be mayor, and I don't take that lightly. I work hard on behalf of our citizens.
What have you learned these last 4 years about yourself and about the job and about Palm Bay?
I've learned a lot. Number one. Number two, you can't satisfy everyone. And I can't be everywhere at the same time. So if I haven't seen you, trust me, I've been out in the community. I've been working hard. I'm out there campaigning today. I currently hold another job as well, and I'm supporting my family and my grandchildren. My heart, my passion is to serve Palm Bay because I truly care. I've been here 36 years. My grandchildren live in Palm Bay. I've got 10 grandchildren today that live in our city, and I'm building an infrastructure of jobs so that they don't have to go anywhere else to go to school, to get jobs. Right here in the Bay is where we should be doing, creating that infrastructure.
Well, thank you I know you're a great military man, and thank you for your service very much. And we look forward to talking to you more, Rob. And for more people who want more information from Rob Medina, how can they best get in touch with you or learn more about you at the website?
JustElectRobMedina.com. I'm on website, that Elect Rob Medina page on Facebook. Just Google Rob Medina and you can get a hold of me. You can get a hold of me at the City of Palm Bay, wherever it is. I'm also a congressional staffer, proud to serve our military members. Currently today, I'm Director of Military Relations for the 8th Congressional District. I'm honored that I serve this great nation. We got to bind together because our nation is at a crossroad. May God bless you, may God keep you, and may God continue to bless Palm Bay. Hoorah!
Great stuff there from Rob Medina. Thank you very much, Rob. Great energy there from Rob Medina. Wouldn't expect anything less from Rob. We're going to continue to move along here. We got Tim Bobanek is actually going to be taking the stage here at the moment. He's going to talk a little bit about what issues are important to him. We'll get an interview there with Tim here in just a little bit. He's up on stage at the moment. We're moving on here. We're going to move along here into this back room area. This is where you can also give your vote and also get some snacks while you wait and cast your vote here for the straw poll that is happening. So if you come back here, you'll be able to see this. Here's Dan Diesel, be running for mayor, actually county commission, sorry, there for District 1. Obviously, Dan, with his great experience as a member of the Titusville community and Titusville coach there for a while. And we are here, and we got the Brevard Federated Republican Women Group. And we're going to have just a quick word here, have some. Hi, I'm live on Space Coast Daily. We got Jill Gentis, the president, Brevard Federated Republican Women. Absolutely.
We have a special event on the 3rd of July.
Okay.
We already had the Republican candidates for Congress, House, and then we decided why not make it a big rally right before the 4th. So we have invited all Republican candidates can come set up a table, banners, and they can talk to the members.
Okay.
But in order to do so, you must register.
Okay, so this is a July luncheon that is going to be happening on Wednesday, July 3rd, there at the Space Coast Convention Center.
That's where
That
we
is
hold our meetings every month.
Every month, yep. And there's going to be a networking opportunity at 11 a.m. on July 3rd. The program is going to run from 11:30 to 1:30 p.m. So if you want to be able to get more information, you can also go to the website, BrevardFederatedRepublicanWomen.org, where you can find out more information. You do have to register for this event.
Have to. Right.
And
we're expecting at least 100 people.
Awesome, great
Maybe
stuff.
you guys can come.
What are you seeing out there where your constituents and the people and the voters out in Brevard County? What issues are important to them? We've heard the economy has been a big one.
Economy, right? And they want more. What's the word? They want to see what the candidates are really going to do. I mean, they don't want to just. I think the big example is Bill Mick. Yes, transparency. Follow Bill Mick. That's all I can say. They want transparency.
Well, thank you very much, and we appreciate taking time. Jill Gentis here, the president. We're going to continue. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. 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 Hey, how's it going? Monique Miller, running for State Representative District 33. All right. And talk a little bit about your credentials and what issues are important to you.
Sure. The most important issue is that we have an entire flood of illegals that are streaming into this country that are going to cost our state a fortune if we don't get them out. I want to do everything in my power to empower our local officials to be able to deport them immediately. It's one of the most important things that we could possibly do. Go ahead.
That's been one of the issues that Trump has really made a point of emphasis, and one of the things he said on day one that he is going to address is the immigration. What other issues are you finding out there that are important to the people?
Sure. So our economy is in trouble. You know, Florida is no longer an affordable place to live, and it's not because of Florida, it's because of Bidenomics, and they have failed. And we have to do everything in our power to make this a friendly place for Florida families to live. That's absolutely critical. And one of the biggest issues is our insurance crisis has hit it's hit a point where we have, you can't live. If people are losing their homes because they can't afford their insurance, it's completely inappropriate. We got to do something to hold the insurance companies accountable for fraudulent claims and all the other things that are driving up costs.
Monique Miller, you're running for State Representative District 33. Talk a little bit about your background here in Brevard County, and how long have you lived here?
So I've lived here for over 25 years now, actually. It's a long time, isn't it? And I work in cybersecurity by day. Cybersecurity is my expertise, and one of the things that we don't have in the legislature are people who know even how to spell the word cybersecurity. And unfortunately, we are literally in a geopolitical war right now. Our very own St. John's Water Management District was attacked by Iranian terrorists that wanted to obstruct our machinery. That's our water supply. And because we use Israeli chips in the machinery. We are at war with the world, and we are not protected. And I want to do everything I can to make sure that we have that thought in everything we do up at the state.
Monique, can you talk a little bit about if people want to get more information, how can they best learn more about you as a candidate, and what a website or a Facebook page?
Yeah, so it's easy. Just go to MoniqueForFlorida.com, FORFlorida.com. That's
awesome, and we're getting ready here for the primary election season on August 20th. The general election is November 5th, and we're going to continue on here. Thank you very much, Monique, for taking time with Space Coast Daily. We'll talk to you more later, okay?
Thanks.
We're going to continue on here. Obviously, when you come to there's Dan Diesel. Hey, Dan, how you doing?
How are you?
Yeah, doing great.
I'm not climbing up press box or anything. This is great.
Here with Dan Diesel, running for Brevard County Commission, District 1. Dan, you're a prominent member of this community and in Titusville. Talk about what made you want to run for the county commission.
I had the realization in 2016 that I had 2 years left at Titusville High School to make a difference in kids' lives. And then I talked to Walt Johnson, and I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. He says, well, why don't you run for city council? I had never thought about it. And I said, well, that's a way to keep making a difference in our city's lives, a way to make a difference in our citizens' lives. I swear that's exactly where it came from. I want to continue to make a difference in people's lives. And even then, I ran for a 2-year seat just in case I didn't like it. And I found out I did make a difference, and we do make a difference. So maybe not quite the same way as making a difference in kids' lives, but I'm still doing that, helping coach at Cocoa High School, as you know.
You're doing a great job there, too, and a powerhouse that you got over there. Let's talk about some of the issues that are important to you. If you get voted in on day one, what is going to be one of the first things that you want to address as a county commissioner?
I think most people should say, if they're not, and I've certainly lived this in Titusville, is infrastructure. Two main things are, I would say, smart growth and infrastructure. Smart growth is we're going to grow. We don't want to stop growing, because when you stop growing, you die. So we're going to keep growing. But how are we going to grow? Are we just going to grow, or are we going to grow with smart growth? Part of that smart growth is infrastructure. Part of that smart growth is affordable housing. Part of that smart growth is basically not building where we shouldn't build. So bottom line is, what's the number one thing? Smart growth and infrastructure.
Awesome stuff there. Dan, you know, you're a coach. You understand what it takes to be able to rally people together for one cause. And that's what you're going to have to do as a county commission, to be able to try to talk with your colleagues and talk with the voters. How can that experience best help you become the best county commissioner?
Well, and it's funny you say that. The last talk I did, one of the first things I talked about was all of these candidates can say what they want about it. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You're not going to do anything if you don't have 3 votes. So that's the first thing you got to do. You've got to be able to get 3 votes to do anything. My best training for that was when I was the athletic director at Titusville High School. Because when you're the athletic director, you're fighting for your school and your north area. So me, an astronaut, and Space Coast, a little bit of Cocoa, we were going against the whole South. And they got 8 votes down there, and we had 3 or 4 up here. You've got to compromise. You've got to be able to get your 3 votes. You've got to come to agreements, and you've got to do it in a way that they know that you are somebody. I have a term that I end most of my speeches with. We're no longer that sleepy little town east of Orlando or slow moving town south of Daytona. We are growing, thriving, and striving. We are Titusville. We are Titusville. And you have to believe that, or no one else will.
Thank you, Dan Diesel. If people want more information about you, what issues are important to you, how can they best to learn more about you? A website or a Facebook page?
Elect Dan Diesel at gmail.com. And go from there, and you'll find the rest. I've got a pamphlet right over here with all that stuff on there. But and I not through election stuff, but I'm certainly still the mayor of the city of Titusville, and will not stop. Just like when I wasn't going to be the head coach at Titusville High anymore, I want to make dadgum sure I coach to the last play. I'm going to be the mayor of Titusville to the last day. So with that, I'm proud of being the mayor, but I'm also proud of Port St. John. I'm proud of Canaveral Groves. I'm proud of Mims. I'm proud of Cocoa. We will be North Brevard, and we will be number 1.
He is a Space Coast Sports Hall of Famer. Dan Diesel, thank you very much, and we really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Dan. Space Coast Sports Hall of Fame, and just his decorated career in athletics and his impact on the community in more ways than just sports. He does it in a lot of ways, and as you're seeing right here, he wants to make a difference here on the county commission as well. Well, as you can see, we're going to move along here. We're going to continue going along. We have the Republican Women's Club of Brevard. Republican Women's Club of Brevard. How are we doing? We're live on Space Coast Daily right now. Wow, what do you got going on here? You got a lot of stuff. And look, Donald Trump's hair. Man, that is about the best looking hair I think I've ever seen for Donald Trump.
Right? Yeah. And we have him right here as well.
There he is, right there. Awesome stuff. You can get some great stuff here. They got all women for Trump, MAGA, Trump 2024, Army, Marines, Navy, all of these great stuff that you're able to get here at the great 2024 Straw Poll and Family Barbecue Picnic at the Melbourne Auditorium. They're going to be here till 4 o'clock today, and we have a gift basket as well. What's this?
This is a raffle.
Okay.
3 tickets for $5, 7 for 10.
Okay, when are you going to be drawing that at around 4 o'clock?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So if you are looking to maybe get that basket, or you want to check out some of the great stuff that they have here at the table, they're going to be here till 4 o'clock here today at the Melbourne Auditorium. Free admission that you'll be able to come out. Thank you very much, ladies. We got more. We got Kathy Meehan, who is running for mayor of Melbourne. Kathy Meehan, we're live on Space Coast Daily. How are you doing so far?
Doing great.
Talk a little bit about the city of Melbourne and what issues are you finding that you would like to address in the next term?
Well, it's definitely our infrastructure, crime, and especially the downtown Melbourne. So there's been, I just tell people we're in a transition, so it's no different than years ago. So we'll just think positive, and we'll get through it.
You mentioned what are the things that Melbourne citizens, Melbourne residents are finding that they would like to. What's a common theme? What are they looking for? What do they want?
It's of course it's the homeless. What are we going to do with the homeless? And then the roads. So when are we going to pave the roads? Yeah.
And people want more information about you, Kathy. How can they best learn more about you?
Right here, it's vote for meehanformayor.com.
Okay.
There you go.
See that right there. Show that to the camera. And you can learn more about Kathy Meehan, and mayor from Melbourne. And there's also a QR code, too. We like QR codes. There we go. Thank you very much, Kathy. We appreciate it. And we'll talk a little bit more later. Okay, thank you. Kathy Meehan running for the Melbourne mayor. And we're going to continue moving on here. I know we got Matt Seuss in here somewhere in the house. I got to see if I can find Matt. He's somewhere. He was right over here in a little bit. Once again, we're live here on Space Coast Daily TV. We're here till 4 p.m. And we got Tim Bobanek here for the Supervisor of Elections. Hey, Tim.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Zach Clark, Space Coast Daily. We're live on Space Coast Daily right now. Good. Tim, you're the Supervisor of Elections right now. You're in Brevard County. Talk a little bit about you're running for re-election.
I am, yes.
And talk a little about what you've learned here on your first couple of years on the job.
So I've been doing the job, in essence, as a Supervisor of Elections for the last 2 years, but I have over 15 years experience administering elections. As a reminder, I was the IT director prior to being appointed supervisor by Governor DeSantis. So I've got a lot of institutional knowledge and experience. I've overseen 31 elections in my 15 years, and to say I've seen everything from recounts to audits, we've gone through quite a bit. My campaign slogan is "Experience counts when counting your vote." And I think that is such a critical point to make, because in my position with electing me, there is no on-the-job training. There's nobody that can do the job like I've been doing in the last 15 years. I can sit at any desk in my office and I can do that person's job because I know what I'm doing. I've got that experience, and there's no on-the-job training for me.
Election security has been a big point of emphasis here in this election cycle. Everything that happened back in 2020 in other states, nothing to do really with Florida. But how can you best assure the citizens of Brevard County that their vote is safe and that when their vote is cast, that it represents who they are?
So we have implemented the gold standard for election integrity in Brevard County, and we did it in 2021. We have a system called Clear Ballot, which is an automated independent audit system, and we scan every ballot a second time. So every ballot that a voter feeds through our certified voting machines at a polling place or an early voting site, or the mail ballots that we tabulate, we run them a second time through equipment and scanners that you can buy at Office Depot, Staples. They're non-proprietary, and we do a 100% audit completely across the board, every race, precinct, and ballot in every single election.
Tim, talk about your background here in Brevard County. How long have you lived here, your family, and just talk a little bit about that.
So I'm originally from Tampa, Florida, and I got into the elections business actually in Hillsborough County, where I served as their IT director for their elections office for 4 years. I met Lori Scott through the process of being involved with other elections offices and moved here in 2013 to be her director of IT and election services. That's my background. I went to college in the University of South Florida, got my degree in information technology, which I think gives me a real competitive edge to having that confidence in the leadership in our office to know that somebody with that background in cybersecurity, computer technology is running your elections.
Awesome, great stuff here. For more people that want to learn more information about you, Tim, how can they best learn more about you?
So I have a Facebook page, timforsupervisor.com, and I'm also on social media on Facebook. It says Tim Bobanek for Brevard County Supervisor of Elections.
Awesome, thank you very much, Tim. And Tim is doing a great job here as a Supervisor of Elections, running for re-election here. And we're going to continue moving on here. We're going to try to see if we can find a couple of more candidates here before we... All right, we're going to have a quick interview here with Lisa Colon. Lisa's running for tax collector. Lisa, talk a little bit about your experience and what are you hoping to get out of the job of being a tax collector?
Well, I have worked in the tax collector's office since I was 19, so 38 years. I've been your tax collector for 16 years. It has been my career. It is something I love to do. I love public service, and I've had the honor to be elected to do this and to continue to serve, and that's my goal, is to continue to serve Brevard County, my home.
What are you finding that a lot of constituents are talking with you about? What's important to them?
Convenience and accessibility of services. The tax collector's office provides a lot of services to our citizens. So we want to make sure they can get in, get out. So we really work constantly on our appointment system, putting new transactions online to make it easier for them to access our services.
One of the new things that has been introduced in recent years has been appointments and stuff like that. That has been so you don't have to wait at the tax office for hours. Sometimes people had to back in the day. Now those days are gone, and it's really been a hit. I take it.
Oh yes, and it's great for us because we can schedule everything. We still take walk-ins,
right.
But those wait behind our appointments. And I think we've got a good happy medium with our scheduled appointments. And the good news is our appointments are only like 1 or 2 days out. So,
awesome stuff. If people want to learn more about information about you, Lisa, how can they best learn more? And if they want to be able to learn more about you,
well, you can go to my website at www.electlisacullen.com.
Thank you very much, Lisa, for taking time here on Space Coast Daily. And we're going to talk a little bit more with you later, okay? Thank you very much. All right, we're going to continue on here. We got Kim Atkinson running for Brevard County Commission. District 3. Is she here? We have Kim Atkinson here. We're live on Space Coast Daily. How are you doing? We're live on Space Coast Daily. Talk a little bit about running for county commission. What issues are important to you?
Well, I started running based on some of my own personal wants and needs and concerns. And after talking to the residents of Brevard County, I learned a lot. I learned that we have a fire service that's in need. We have a economic situation in Brevard that can absolutely be fixed with the right people. And I plan on being the one to help guide Brevard through the next 4 years. One of 5 people anyways.
Hey, the county commission race for District 1 is a huge race. Talk a little bit about, District 3, I'm sorry, rather. District 3. What separates you from the other candidates?
Well, that's a really good question. We're both conservative Republicans, absolutely. Maybe the biggest difference is my ability to communicate with people, because you're going to have 3 to agree, right? To get anything done, you got to have 3 votes in favor of whatever that is. I'm very good at getting my point across. I'm very good at putting together an argument that makes sense based on what real people in Brevard County want. I will be able to plead my case, if you like, for District 3 to the other 4 commissioners.
If people want to learn more information about you, how can they best learn more about you? Website, Facebook page?
I have all of it. It's Kim Atkinson, Kim at KimAtkinson.com, and I would love the support of everybody in Brevard County. Thanks for doing this.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Kim, and best of luck. We'll talk a little bit more later. We're going to continue on here. And we got here, looks like we have a raffle, or it's going to be a trumped cap that's actually signed by Donald Trump himself, that you could be able to win a raffle here, win a hat signed by Donald Trump himself. Here's Debbie Mayfield, who is running for State House. We'll see if we can get a quick interview here with Debbie Mayfield in a little bit. And we also got Matt Susan on the table, that just seen that he's just got off the stage, so we'll be having a quick word with him here in a little bit. Debbie Mayfield. Debbie. We're live on Space Coast Daily. Can we get a quick word with you? Debbie, how is it going? You're running for State House. Talk a little bit about what you've learned serving here in Brevard County so far, and what you want to take to the next term.
Well, listen, we have some of the greatest constituents that live in Brevard County. They're very caring people. And I ran for the Senate and won in 2016. I've served on the leadership roles there. We've brought money back here for the lagoon. We have, done policies to saving our securing our border. And I just feel like I have a lot more to give. So I want to run for the House District 31. House District 32 to continue everything that I've started in the Senate. So that's why I'm running, because I want to continue what I've started in the Senate to make sure that we're protecting our law enforcement, that we are making sure illegals are not coming into our state, and to make sure that we're protecting our lagoon and giving our parents rights. And so if you don't continue those fights, they tend to go away. And so that's why I'm running, because I want to make sure and still represent the people of Brevard County the way I've represented them in the past.
Florida is growing at a rapid pace in terms of population and infrastructure and everything, and Brevard County is no exception to that. Talk a little about what are you seeing in Brevard County as far as the growth. Where are we compared to other parts of the state in terms of growth in the population?
Yeah, our population, our growth is just going out of the roof. And if we have to get control of our infrastructure, and we have failing infrastructure, and I've always said it's just like our waterways and our DOT plan. We need to have a 5-year plan on where we are, where we're going, and making sure that we have money in place for that. Because you can't say next year we've got an issue, we got to solve it. It takes years to solve them. So, I see it as the fact that we need to work on plans to take care of our infrastructure. And it's not just infrastructure above that you see, the roadways, it's the infrastructure underneath the ground that you don't see that's deteriorating. And that we need to make sure we have expanded it out for the growth that we're experiencing here in Brevard County.
Thank you very much, Debbie Mayfield. People want to learn more information about you. How can they best learn more about your website, Facebook page?
My website is debbiemayfield.com, and my email is debbie@debbiemayfield.com.
Thank you very much, Debbie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, so we are here still at the Melbourne Auditorium. They're going to be running this till 4 p.m. today. And one of the things that we've really gotten an overall theme is the economy is a big issue for a lot of people here today. Infrastructure has also been another thing that people have mentioned quite a bit here today. Immigration also been a trending topic that a lot of people want to be able to address if they are being elected. We're going to continue on here. Let's go back here. Once again, we're live here at the Melbourne Auditorium, where this is an opportunity where you can meet the candidates, be able to learn more, and just kind of have a festive atmosphere. They got stuff with raffles, there's food here, everything is here. And then we are in the height of the election season at this moment. So this is really a chance for these candidates with only about a month and a half to go till the primary election is on August 20th. Then you got the general election, which is on November 5th. And right here we have Mr. Matt Susan. We'll get a quick word here with him in just a little bit. But one of the things I really find that is really great about an event like this is the involvement and people wanting to learn more about candidates and being more informed. And this is a great opportunity to be able to do that, where you can be able to put in an educated decision into your vote on November 5th when you go into your ballot box. And we're going to continue on here. Matt's busy talking with somebody at this moment. So we'll see if we can try to get a word with him here in just a little bit. But as you can see, still a lot of people here at the Melbourne Auditorium. We're about over halfway through at this event, and we still got a couple more hours till we're going to roll through. Matt? We got Matt Susan here. We're live on Space Coast Daily right now. Good to see you, Matt.
This is Matt Jr. over here. Matthew, look, how's it going? You're live on TV right now. That's the TV camera. Hang on, girls, come here.
Matt's going to get members of his family that are going to come over here.
Anyways,
Matt, we're live on Space Coast Daily. How is it? What are you seeing out there? Being the school board chair, what important things do you want to address on your next term, and maybe what are some things that you learned on the job of the last term?
Absolutely. So some of the things that we had to correct was the discipline, right? We've done a good job at that, but now we need to go back and we need to start working with the kids on that next level. The support's behind them, get them to the next level. What we're doing is the largest expansion of athletics in the history of Brevard County. We're actually putting in programs from K through 12. So we're going to have soccer in elementary school. We're going to have flag football in elementary school. We're going to have track in elementary school. So some of those students that are having trouble going to school every day and not having an outlet, they actually have an outlet now. And that's a huge opportunity for them because now they can get mentors and all that other stuff. On top of that, we want to build up the trades and bring them down. So we want to start doing trades programs inside of the actual middle school. So there's a lot of stuff that we want to do. It's pretty much to continue the great things that Brevard's doing and then focus on a couple of other areas. So
one of the things that I know has been really prominent in the sports community and that just passed in the state of Florida was the Florida NIL thing that passed through. Talk a little bit about that and What do you know about what's going to be happening here in the sports community, and how can people in Brevard County be best assured that it's not going to be a wild, wild west of sorts?
Right. One of the things we have to do is we have to educate our coaches and all of our staff and everybody else to make sure that they're doing it the right way. There's been a big fear about it, but here's the problem that many people don't understand. Some of these students that are sitting there, they come from families that don't make that much money, and they come from low socioeconomic areas. This is a handout to them to help them, and this is some of the good things that they need to do. I truly think that it's a good thing if it's regulated the right way and we do it the right way, but we've got to be able to, as a school district, make sure that we follow those rules.
Other things that you want to address here on your next term, talk a little bit about some of those things, and you're going to have a new school board member that is going to be joining you. Talk a little bit about, we don't know who that is, obviously. We'll know more on November 5th.
We know who we want it to be.
But talk a little bit about how can you best work with the school board and achieve everything that you want to be able to achieve to come around and work together as a team.
Absolutely. So we meet every January in an off-site, and we say, what do you guys want to accomplish? I always bring forward my lists and everything else. Unfortunately, over the last couple of years, some of those lists haven't lined up. But it is what it is with democracy, right? So I always try to work with the other opposite side. We always try to do a good job. We always try to make sure that we are addressing all the needs of everybody, because whether you're on the right or you're on the left, you always bring good ideas to the center. And everybody out there can bring the good ideas to the Brevard County. So I'm looking forward. The people that are running right now, if I'm lucky enough to be elected again, I feel like we can work with them very well.
You got a new middle school that's going to be opening up. Talk a little bit about that.
Yes, we got a huge middle school in Vieira that we did. I'd love to also brag on some of the extra trades. Vieira opened up their first construction trades. So that middle school, what it does is it allows Vieira, the Suntree Vieira area, to be able to have their kids stay there, work there, live there. A lot of times they're having to travel over 2 causeways, and kids aren't getting back until 6 o'clock at night sometimes. And it's not fair to them, so having that was a big deal. But opening up the construction and trades program, I'll tell you, we've gone through an evolution of trades. We created aviation, manufacturing, construction, all of that, right? Here's the issue. Once we created it, we then created on-the-job training. The problem is that getting the kids to go to on-the-job training and get that time, it's difficult. Not all of them have transportation, sometimes the workplace. So what we did was, we're moving the jobs into the schools. I don't know if you heard about this. We're moving a credit union, ViStar Credit Union, is going to be in Melbourne High School. They're actually going to get up out of their classroom, walk down the hallway, and then they're going to actually go to work. That's the way to do it. We're going to bring Blue Origins into Merritt Island. We're going to bring these manufacturing and these other jobs to the school so that students can just literally get up and walk down there and go to work and then go back. That's what we need to do. We also need to create a public-private partnership. We've got grass out there that we've got 20 and 30 acres in some of these properties, 10, 20, 30 acres that go unused that we just mow the grass. Why aren't we taking that and moving that towards an economic development? Let's use workforce housing for teachers. Let's do all that stuff. That's some of the things that we need to be doing for all of our people.
Awesome stuff there. Thank you very much, Matt. Taking time with Space Coast Daily.
We love the Space Coast Daily. You guys do an amazing job. Always big supporters of our sports. You guys are always there. We love it. Brevard Public Schools, we win because of Space Coast Daily. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Matt. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
We're going to continue on here, and we're going to wrap up here. We're going to have more interviews, too, as we get ready to wrap up here on this live, but we'll have more interviews after this event, and we'll also have more of the results for the straw poll here at the 2024 Straw Poll and Family Barbecue Picnic here at the Melbourne Auditorium. Going to be here till 4 p.m. If you want to be able to check this out, this is going to be a great opportunity to be able to learn more about the candidates. And also you can go to a lot of these candidates' websites too, where you can learn more about them if you're not able to make it out here today. Stay tuned more for Space Coast Daily, where you can learn more about political coverage. We're going to be on everything here for this election season as we get ready here for election 2024. For Zach Clark, Space Coast Daily, Juan Rodriguez, and Beth York here behind the camera, thank you very much for everybody for tuning in, and stay tuned here for more coverage here from this great event as we learn more on the Brevard